to figure out what the hell we're doing with the next 12 weeks of our lives, our shared experience. I have been putting it off 4 months. I opened up a folder that I already had for the 12-week year. It's from a couple months ago because I'm in the old office. But the things I'm talking about could not be less relevant to my life right now. And that is deeply troubling because it wasn't a year ago. We're talking a month, 2 months, maybe. Did I make a 12-week year plan then? No, I started it. And if you're like me, you may have also started plenty a plan or thought about making plenty a plan. Yeah, this is where you end up. My life is not chaotic, but it's also not as organized as I'd like it to be. I was literally looking in my journal last night. I saw that I had started the 12-week year around that time last year. If you are new here, I'm Samantha. I'm a freelance copywriter, creative producer, and video editor in Nashville, Tennessee. And this is my channel where I talk about all that stuff and basically just the highs and lows of being a freelancer. Last year, I came across the concept of the 12-week year. It's not a new one. It's been out for a while. I'll link to my videos for the first time I did this down below. Man, they're fascinating. It was almost exactly a year ago that I did this for the first time. For a very brief introduction on the 12-week year, it is basically a plan that you are creating to do more in 12 weeks than you might have done in 12 months. And basically how I'm looking at it is kind of a quarterly go hard on certain amount of goals. And I really enjoy the book. I suggest the book if you are looking for kind of a deep dive, but I'll also link below a bunch of videos from creators who I follow specifically for this kind of productivity, goal-getting content. I really enjoy that 12-week year period. I don't remember if I accomplished my goals necessarily. That doesn't work, obviously. The math does not math. I probably made a lot of headway here, maybe more so than the other goals. I'm super happy with how the fitness goal worked out. It definitely felt like I was going hard for 12 weeks. I realized my heart wasn't really in creating a writing portfolio. So here we are, another year. Some people do this every 12 weeks and just kind of repeat the cycle. I thought about doing that and then a year went by. I started my 12-week year on Monday the 16th of September, and it is now Friday the 20th. There's no defined weeks. Your 12 weeks are your 12 weeks. Let's go over it. These are my goals for the next 12 weeks. Goal number 1 is to get 100 subs on YouTube. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, help me out. Help me out. Look at this number. It's so low. No, for real. I know why it's low, and it's because I'm very inconsistent at making content and publishing content. My goal is to be more consistent with that, and a direct reflection of that consistency is typically more subscribers. I would love, more engagement, trying to figure out what people want to see here. And mostly I just like to show and share my life, my story, and other things I think are interesting and fun. And so get 100 subs on YouTube. Second goal is one I'm super excited about, and it is fitness related, and it is to train for a 10K. Realistically, I could probably run a 10K. So the goal is not necessarily just to run 10K, 6 miles. The goal is to run a 10K race the first week of December. See how that goes. My third goal is related to my freelance business. I just want to do an overhaul, update my website, update and clarify my services, and figure out a real client list. Freelance world is wild. You really have to keep up with everything, and I feel like I could use some more clarity on that level for people who are coming to me for work, and also for how I work with other people. Those are the 3 goals, and now I want to talk about how we're gonna get there. One of my favorite creators on YouTube is Corey. I have cited her videos a lot. I just really like her. I like that we are both freelancers in different kind of creative spaces, but both people who are clearly like introverts and enjoy talking to a camera. I guess. One of the videos that originally got me interested in the 12-week year last year, and I think she had done it before, so she has a ton of videos on her own experience going through it. And she also created a template, which you can see here. This is how I'm starting my plan. This is something that you can also access. She has provided it free. All you have to do is, well, I would log in first and then basically duplicate. And that will put it in your Notion template, and then you can go around and make these things exactly the way that you want them so they fit you. That is a huge part of the process, making sure that it's not someone else's plan that you're working with. This is what I did with her template. It looks like the same, but it looks different, right? Like, yes. So one of the things I did to do that is just, I hovered over the image, and if you click on these 3 dots, you can download the image yourself, or you can replace it here. And if you go on Canva, it's kind of a free service. You should be able to create these things for free. It doesn't have to be complicated. These are not what she had at all, and feel free to keep what she had or make them way more elaborate if that fits your aesthetic. It's literally just 2 backgrounds, some text. There's nothing to it when you first start. It will look like it needs to be filled in. And you know why? Because you got to fill it in. Each day, you'll see your tactics over here. These can be your tactics overall. These can be your tactics for the week. Whatever you kind of want to put up here, so you know what is going to guide your way to getting that goal. And you'll go week by week. Every day you'll have a task, some notes you can put if you need them. The way Corey has set this up, you are just checking in with yourself down here. You're giving yourself a weekly score, trying to figure out how closely you're making progress on each goal. Next up, goal 2, train for a 10K. So I have been working with a weird schedule between all the things I'm trying to do to maintain and optimizing my fitness. So I follow a runner, a professional runner named Philly Bowden, and I'll link her below. But she has a fantastic YouTube channel where she talks about her training and just all the various things that she has done throughout her life as a runner. And she also coaches and has put out several free training plans. One of the ones she put out happened to be a 10K training plan. Well, that's wonderful. I'm going to be using her training plan as a guide. That's my idea right now. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with it. Am I at the right fitness level for this plan? These are all things we're gonna find out in the midst of it. I also want to continue my weekly physical therapy / bodywork sessions. And with my performance coach, he also is giving me workouts 4 days a week. And he knows I'm training for this, so those workouts will be specific to what I'm working on and any injuries I may be having. I also want to keep a log of my runs, noting the duration and pace and how I feel afterward. This past Monday, I went running with a run club and just ran 3 miles. It was a little hilly. It was so wonderful. We weren't running fast. We were just running super casual. I had the time of my life. It was great. The next day, I was trying to work out and I was just like, my whole body hurts. It's too much. Maybe a little too much for that workout. So just trying to keep track of how I feel after certain things. What is the effort? And with my next tactic is to develop a better nutrition plan to better focus on fueling and recovery. Moving on. My third and final goal is related to my freelance business, and I said I wanted to do like an overhaul of my services and my rates and kind of a client database for myself, and that's true. I want to start with my website. I love my website and I do update it pretty often, but I'm not sure right now that it's generating the kind of traffic that I'd like to. I don't think it's necessarily as welcoming or as easy to connect with me as it could be, or even to see the various types of work that I've done or any spec work at all. Like, what are we doing? Why aren't we showing what I want to be doing? Right now, I've basically been just finding clients and connecting with people kind of doing all this, I don't want to say the backdoor way, but it's just like, it's how a lot of freelancers operate. And it's like a matter of who you know and have you worked with someone else. And if they go to another company, then you still are kind of connecting. And that has worked okay. But I would also like for there to be some established packages so you can look and be like, what do I need? Can we chat? I'm not sure what I need. You know, can I set something up like that? That will facilitate kind of a better experience for them and for me. My tactics for that are to actively pitch to 2 new opportunities each week. I'd like to be writing a little bit more and generating content for my website. The other thing is to update my portfolio. That will basically be my website, and share case studies of my best or maybe most diverse work. I also want to maybe put some spec stuff on there. In the past few years, there's a lot more video editing, a lot more social media work, a lot more work on, you know, true brand creative. And I'd like to do more with that. But looking at my website, you don't really see much of that. I want to further develop a client database and check-in schedule so that I'm not constantly just thinking about clients and wonder if they have anything, you know, going on this time. I might have specific time periods where I reach out and just say, I don't know, because I haven't come up with it yet. But just to check in and see what's going on in their world and kind of just to keep my name in the conversation. I'm having a flashback to when I made a video about what I would be doing next time I did the 12-week year. Yeah, I don't know. I did none of it. And that, you guys, that's fine. That's fine. You can only plan ahead so much. This system is one that fits me and fits how I can handle goals and tactics and gives me kind of something to look at. But I'm not holding myself to such a high standard that I don't get these things accomplished. You know, I do want to hold myself accountable, and I absolutely will. I'm taking some of Ali Abdaal's advice about productivity, and he says in his book, Feel Good Productivity, that productivity should feel fun. And one way to make these goals fun is to kind of create a light atmosphere about it. These are my goals. This is what I'm trying to do. You know, if I don't do one thing, it doesn't ruin the goal, right? Like, we're just gonna pick back up and get at it again. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Again, I'm at the beginning of my 12 weeks. This is week 1. You can see I am not, have not fleshed out these ideas as much as I would like to, but I think the overall concepts are there. And I think I can probably continue to lay these things out. Let me know if you are doing the 12-week year, if you've done it before, if you plan to do it, and what parts of this you think are the craziest. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. If you are not subscribed, please consider helping me out on my goal. That would be much appreciated. And I will see you in the next video.